lights. Like they'll be dimmed and then they'll get loud.
I got my sister calling. Hold on. I'll get her live.
Ernie's sister.
Hey, sis. No, I'm in the middle of a podcast, so you'll be able to like go back on YouTube and watch our phone conversation. No, you can't hear the phone conversation. You can just see me holding a cell phone up to my head. But that's okay. No, that's fine. I think it'll be funny later. But I can call you back after we cut this podcast episode. All right. Yep. I gave you a shout out in episode 17.1, just saying I love my sis. So love you, sis, and I'll talk to you later. All right. Bye. I got to mute the laptop.
What's that?
I don't know. I think we get echo with that because it sounded good once I muted it. All right. 17.2 is underway. My sister called it psychological moment, but I love my sis more than just about anything in the entire world. So you got to take that call. Shout out to Dutch Chattahoochee's better half, Sam. You're the best. And we appreciate you tuning in.
Giving the input.
Yeah, anybody else checking us out? We got our little cameras going. We're just going to leave it on like channel 3 because who wants a close-up of me? I mean, and then you got Dutch over here working social media like a pro.
I am a pro.
Anytime I can get back together with Dutch, magic just happens because...
It seems weird, though, to be in a podcast and looking down at my phone real quick, like posting these links and shit.
What it ultimately is it's the Korean War, and you and me are in freezing cold weather, and we've dug ourselves a foxhole. This is analogy, figuratively. And we're in that foxhole just with the machine gun.
All right, we're live again. I'm watching it, so if
Yeah.
someone says something or whatever, I can see.
You know, I just keep grabbing ammo and feeding in rounds, and you're just there just gunning, keeping that gun
So
cool.
you're like the guy
5
holding
to 8
the
round per-
mag.
Yeah, I'm just like I got
the feeder
ammo,
guy.
and you're just doing it, and we're just in the foxhole together. The foxhole.
You're
of
like the
baseball
guy who's
media.
like, okay, 10 degrees to the whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A couple clicks to the left. I'm like, pa 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 pa.
Yeah, you're just using the T&E. And,
People fear us. They fear us.
All I know is, you know, because I really do love baseball and baseball Twitter, and I see all the dudes out there making content. I don't really view it as competition. I think it's just people out there doing what they love, and so I'm not really worried if people want to. I don't care about. You don't have to hit like. You don't have to subscribe.
Look at this screen.
You can dislike and unsubscribe because the commitment for me is more like historical, just like document baseball as our journey goes through it. Can you hear me? Can't hear nothing, right?
No.
Well, it's the slide. I can see it. There you go. See?
Yeah.
That's right. That's you right. That's me right there.
That'll make our volume go super loud, though.
But it'll blow it out. Well,
Yeah.
it has a limiter on OBS.
So, I mean, it's fine leaving like that, dude.
It's all good.
Cool.
It's all good.
I
It's
can
good
hear
enough.
you. Headphones,
As long as we have the levels in OBS, we should be
they're
good.
solid.
And plus, that's why we did 17.1, so we could see.
Test run.
We could do the test run on the audio because video does not pose the same problems as audio. I don't know. I mean, the video visually sucks on a couple of cameras. It's like your hat's too yellow on this
I mean,
cam.
if I could take off my hat and rock my hair, that's cool, too.
Let's do yellow, but like I don't know how to fix that right now.
I like that yellow, though. It's bright.
But the
Vibrant.
black magic is like this because you can fix the color later.
Yeah.
But, for
I
purposes.
kind of like the look of it, though. Like that grainy kind of look.
Yeah, it's all good. But thanks to the one person or two people tuning in, I'm not sure who. We're going live right now, and we're just catching up because we haven't cut a podcast in 6 weeks.
It's been a long time.
So we did the roadmap in episode 1, but basically it's just like longest home run project. It's finally taking flight, and we're gonna like drop the.
I'm just stoked to go see dudes hit baseballs.
Dude,
Honestly,
like watching Will Taylor and I was looking at the guys that he's bringing. He's bringing some awesome dudes. Let me tell you. I know Sim and Nowak, and then Drew Burris is like this amazing. Dude, he's like a high school prospect, but it's like he's like Bryce Harper level. Good.
because dude, Bryce Harper was a stud right out the gate.
Will, Eric Sim, King of Juco, Jeremy Nowak, who is awesome. That guy's awesome. And then Drew Burris is like this just stud. I think he's out of Georgia. He's phenomenal. So those are the guys he's bringing. And then we're going to get some road runners and maybe get a couple other dudes. When I'm thinking about river monsters, like watching Jose Gutierrez hit, just getting out of Smokey Joe Wilson, which is a graveyard anyway. The homer, the game-winning home run he
really
hit the other night, cleared by a lot. Like he hit it so hard, I lost sight of it. But maybe get a river monster out there, get some other guys, and that's that. And then part 2 is just is the secondhand report of what happened in Nebraska. This is what I heard.
Yeah, I'm laughing because it's always carnage when I'm in Nebraska.
So you go. I'm doing the Japan thing with Nakatomi because it's a free invite, and of course you're going to go.
You have to.
And then you do Oklahoma, and you visit family, and I don't really.
I get back. I come back.
There was like whatever it was. It was like Haymaker Productions is some kind of like fight. This is what I heard. Fight promoter.
With me?
This is the story. No, I heard this from like Leonard.
So what story is this about me and where?
This is about what happened in Nebraska and why I couldn't get in touch with you for like 10 days.
Oh, because people aren't aware that like I have another job on the side that I do. Like my job, it takes me a lot of places.
Well, a short explanation is fight promotion goes awry. Okay, so this is what I heard, and I only heard this from Lenny Delk, your publicist, Leonard Delk, because I'm calling everybody.
He's been known to kind of stretch the truth though, like Well,
so you come back, and then
from Oklahoma, right?
And you're on record as not liking what Major League Baseball is doing with the Ghost Runners.
Is when I come back from Nebraska, like right now.
No, this is what happened in Nebraska and why
this is what happened in Nebraska.
Yeah, this is what I heard.
I want to see how your story lines up with what actually happened.
Okay. So I guess it was like Haymaker Productions is some sort of like fight promotion company in like they do tough man competitions in the Midwest.
Well, yes, but they're not like big fights. They're like basement fights.
It's like Lionheart kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
in basements.
Jean-Claude Van Damme Lionheart. I don't know what it was.
Basements or attics, whatever we can get a spot.
But he thought he would cash in on the Dutch Chattahoochee name, and Delk says they threw big numbers at you. Said we're going to get you to fight people that are pro Ghost Runner, pro Universal DH.
Yeah, because people may not know, like I'm a legend in Nebraska for reasons which I will never say. But that's why he, like you said, he was trying to use my name for him, But continue.
So, I don't know. Do you know the guy who does Haymaker Productions?
Sorta, but more on a business casual level.
Okay, so I don't know.
Kind of like, hey,
you can
this
only
is what
tell
we
me
have
if you
set
sign a
up.
contract.
What do you think? That kind of thing.
So fast forward, Delk is like talking a million miles a minute. He goes, so Dutch is like out at some dude's ranch in like a makeshift ring, and he is like basically
Nebraska City, yeah.
Yeah, you're just like doing butterbean haymakers and just like forearm clubbing dudes. Like it has to do with like, I guess they're like pro Universal DH. They're like pro Ghost Runners. There's like all these guys that just like love Manfred. I don't know what it was, but it was like good versus evil baseball in the ring. Halfway through, like the third or fourth guy. Like, this is in the middle of the fight.
Well, it started out, so I was originally there because I was going to get some old Nebraska people to talk about baseball. But every time these debates start, like you said, they turn into, like, fights.
Right.
Because people in Nebraska, they are very serious on where they stand. And that's why fights break out. Because shit, it's not like simply, I disagree with you. It's like, you don't agree with me? Okay, let's fight. And then...
Okay, so... This is what Delk says. Delk says halfway through like the fourth fight, because now it's just like people throwing beers. It's just chaos. It's turned into this party.
Yeah.
The local yokels, like sheriff, show up, start shutting it down, going, this is not sanctioned. You guys didn't get fight licenses. They like cuff the Haymaker Promotions guy. They cuff all the fighters and then they take everybody to the clink. And then all the dudes that you wailed on are like claiming assault. And then Moreno, this is what he says. Moreno, your attorney, Raphael he goes, no, this was consent. We have a contract. Everybody signed and said it was okay. And then it was like a problem because it wasn't like 8-ounce gloves or whatever. So it turned into this whole like didn't get the proper licenses with the state of Nebraska to sanction the fight. And then like everybody's just like waiting in county to get like arraigned. So then Delk says Moreno goes in, gets you arraigned, out on bail, and then he goes, Dutch got on a, like, I don't know if it's Nakatomi's jet. He's like, he just went to Cape Town, South Africa. He just took off for like a week. Yeah, this is what he says. So he goes, you go, and this is why I can't get you on the phone.
I didn't go to Cape Town, but I did leave. So that it's half right.
So then
because
you're like, this is Delk. He goes, I talked to, this is like, you've been gone for like 4 days now. Delk goes, I just talked to Dutch. He says, if this is what America wants to be, where you can't fight, you got universal DH, you want to do ghost runners, it's not for me. And then like radio silence, and then apparently Moreno gets like the charges dropped because they're like, okay, everybody signed contracts. It was not a sanctioned fight, but it was an assault because it was like everybody consented to the ring fight. The charges got dropped, and then that's when you came back to the States, and I have no idea where you were.
So there's a little detail that was left out. So what started that whole like, yes, there was disagreements, and that's how fights and stuff broke out. But there's a local guy from, I forgot what city he's from. I think he's from Lincoln. I don't know. I think he's from Lincoln.
Wichita, Lincoln?
Yeah, his name's Ian Vandermolen. And he's all about extra runners and extra innings. So that he came in with that viewpoint and was really like pushing it on us, and that's what got things heated, you know. But I didn't go to Cape Town, but I did leave. You know what I mean?
Dude, it sounded like chaos. As far as I know, you were going to some baseball games with Nakatomi and visiting like your aunt.
Well, we were originally supposed to go, before all this fucking fights and shit happened, we were originally going to go watch baseball in Omaha, right?
Did you ever get...
The College World Series.
Did you ever get a penny of the money from Haymaker Productions?
No. Because they said either A, we give you the money that you earned, but you're going to be in the lawsuit and all that, or you take no money and we'll just leave you out. So I decided just to leave and not be involved at all. Because I don't want to tarnish my name, you know.
All I'll say is this, dude. If somebody ever talks you into like fighting again where it's like Jean-Claude Van Damme, Lionheart, like people's basements and like drained pools, you know. Which
was weird because like we went over to this dude's house. I don't remember his name. He wanted to he wanted us to hold a fight in a fucking attic. I know,
that's when you say no, dude.
Which would have been fine, but like it was hot. Which whatever, it's not no big deal if it's hot. But it was like there was no air flow, and it was like it felt like 120 in there, and that's just brutal. And I'm not gonna put my crew through that.
Actually, I'm gonna caveat that.
What you think it's okay to work in 120 degree weather?
I'm saying in the future of your fight career, if you're saying yes or no to these like sort of like underground things, look at the crowd.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they're
if
they're missing a lot of teeth,
judge the room. Pretty much?
Judge the room and see like, is this the kind of outfit that's really going to pay me? Now, if it's the kind of crowd that Van Damme had in like Lionheart and Bloodsport, where it just looked like a lot of people, rich people with money gambling, that might pay. Yeah. So just if you have a Van Damme crowd, good to go. If it's just dudes with overalls and missing teeth, it looks like there's a lot of meth, I guarantee you any wagers, like you're not getting any percentage of the house take.
Well, because like you always got to have a pay to get in, right? Like you got to have a surcharge or
there's
cover.
Probably no cover. There's probably just people driving up in pickup trucks.
There's a cover charge because you're liable because there's probably someone's going to probably be on the brink of death, circling the drain, as they say. So like, but then sometimes people will come.
What do they do if you guys? Because you guys are just like whatever, like foiling up or taping your hands. What happens if somebody gets killed?
People will come up there and try to buy the way in with meth, and I'm like, dude, we don't deal with drugs here, and that sometimes is a bigger issue. But just like, people, Yeah.
All right. Well, just focus baseball, buddy.
Yeah, I'm like, we're here to talk baseball, not deal meth.
Let's
And-
not fight people. If people want to be pro Ghost Runner, then just I'll let them be communist.
But it's very hard to like stand by and let them talk that gibberish.
I know that's how he probably talked you into it.
Oh,
The Haymaker Promotions guy.
Yeah.
Because you're probably like that. I'm not even going to waste my time with that. He's like, well, what do you stand for? Do you stand for baseball and freedom, or just Ghost Runners the way of the future?
They
And
put
then you probably
together-
got so angry, you're like, fine, I'll do it.
they put together a really good promo video, and they had me hooked. Right? Like I said, like okay, one, these guys are professionals. Two, they clearly know what they're doing. But when I went up there, it wasn't the case.
It's crazy.
And I was like, this is not how Nebraska used to be. You know what I mean?
They got some good steaks up there, though.
Omaha Steaks.
Omaha. We could talk a little bit about College World Series, buddy. I don't know.
Omaha Mavericks. Uno, University of Nebraska at Omaha.
Man, oh, man. Well, anyway, that's crazy. I'm glad you're back. We can talk, get back together, talk your work schedule, talk Seguin River Monsters, Mike G. Scotty B.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. You excited about Colorado? You saw the promo video. I haven't released the longest home
That
run
is one of the best
video.
promo videos I've ever seen in my life.
I'm going to shout out to Danny Kohutek and his buddy Joseph. I didn't catch Joseph's last name, but they came out to Smokey Joe Williams and helped shoot that. So it's fun to do. It's fun to do the promo videos and stuff like that, and try to get people psyched up for this project. But yeah,
Quality right there.
just huge thanks to Kim Laudig, City of Victor, and Will Taylor on the longest home run project, making basically jumping on board the bandwagon of my personal dream that I've harbored forever. The only other world record that I think would be cool, because I like bowling, I like the Big Lebowski.
I love bowling, and I love the Big Lebowski, too.
I got my El Dude Reno shirt on.
That's what you get when you fuck somebody up the ass.
Dude, Oscar worthy by Goodman. But like, why has nobody built like Brunswick? Why has nobody built like 150-foot lane, like a double the regulation long lane, and see if you can throw a strike? Because that'd be way harder. You can't hook it as much. You got to just get it right in the pocket.
When 3BGB gets our big payout, we're building that 150-foot lane.
That's a world record just waiting to be broken. Just got to build the special. And I think it would be fun for like a bowling alley, right? So you have like 20 lanes. They're all normal. And then the one at the very end is just way long for people to just like pay $5 and goof off and see if they can
You're going to have people
pick
who
up,
think
pick
they
up
can
a
handle
spare.
that lane.
It'd be even harder. Like you do that on like the 150-foot lane, but then like pick up a spare on a 150-foot lane. That'd be crazy.
You know who I'm laughing because he has the funniest nickname ever, but he's a really good bowler.
Yeah.
And you know who I'm talking about. I think he's going to show up to that 150-foot lane.
Who's that?
The Golden Goose himself.
Who's that?
The Golden Goose. You don't remember the Golden Goose?
I don't remember the Golden Goose.
Oh, man.
Is he an actual pro bowler?
They call him the Golden Goose, man.
Golden Goose. I know Big Earn. Big Earn McCracken. Kingpin.
You don't remember the Golden Goose, man. The goose is loose.
Oh man, the goose is loose.
He specialized in Fabergé eggs.
You know who's
That's
awesome
how he
at
got the
bowling?
name.
Mookie Betts. You see the footage of him bowling? Guy's bowling like
Oh,
300
dude, you know
games.
what? Yeah. I like bowling, obviously, and so I watch every now and then. I don't know if they still do, but they used to have like these celebrity bowling tournaments. Mookie Betts was on there. He was a beast. Like there was like Chris Paul, like Terrell Owens.
There were some like crazy funny old bowling tournaments. I saw one was like Muhammad Ali and then like Bob Newhart. It was just like at these
which is crazy
crazy
because back then they all like pretty much threw straight. Now they're like, you gotta curve it like
You gotta hook it.
this.
You gotta get in
Like,
the
no,
pocket there.
Throw that bitch straight. That's what I do when I bowl. I just bowl with power.
Just bowl that thing straight, man.
I get the
Forget
big
about
old
curving
16-pound ball and I chunk it as hard as I can.
it. Seguin River Monsters, man. I'll do some Seguin River Monsters coverage. I need my roster's around here. I'm gonna pull it up. There's some good ball players out there, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'd like to feature all the guys, but we probably don't have the time. But I'll tell you who I do want to feature. There's so many. There's so many awesome dudes on that team. But one of the last players of the game, the walk-off was a really interesting game. So you had Jonathan Kelly, who goes to Xavier. And I don't know anything about Xavier and I don't know anything about Xavier's baseball, but that dude is. I get it. He's from New Braunfels, Mr. Kelly. So we just get the benefit of Jonathan Kelly in our lives because he's growing the most epic mullet, and he's got this sick mustache, and he was also not an opening day sign, right? So the first time I saw John Kelly, he walked past me out of the clubhouse, towards a dugout, and I was like, who in the F is that dude? Because he's pretty tall, too. So I go ask Mike G. I was like, who's the tall dude with the mullet and the stash? He's like, oh, that's Jonathan Kelly. He's from Xavier. He's pretty good. And sure enough, man, that guy, good fastball, but he mixes his off-speed stuff and breaking stuff in command is phenomenal.
The game I was at where he was pitching, I felt like they took him out too early. I'm like, let the man go a couple more innings.
Dude,
he's chilling.
Jonathan Kelly, good stuff. So Xavier's got a good one there.
Oh, that's right. His family was there. He's a guy from...
his whole family was there. Super nice.
What up?
But he's looking like a pimp and pitched a great game. And then Caleb Vuono, who's at UT
Another
Permian baseman. He's around the plate. Good stuff from the left side. He's also kind of growing like little mini mullets. Him and then MJ. MJ's just like mad scientist level hair, which is pretty awesome. But all great guys. Evan Maldonado, great stuff. Davey Wilson, just a natural athlete. I don't know how hard that guy throws, but he's like a 95-plus guy, probably. And then he just gets the barrel out. So many guys. Look at this. Oh, let me get the roster going here. Oh, I don't know about this Dell XPS. I really do like Dells. I can't stand a Lenovo. Jared Smith, excellent infielder. Elizondo, good hitter, can turn the heck out of a double play. Jacob Ruiz, great with the glove. Jimmy De Leon, one of the best leadoff guys you'll find. Skylar Trevino can play a good shortstop and or third. Richie Gill hit a couple balls hard the other day. I really like his swing and ability to go to all sides of the field. And also, I'll say this about Richie Gill: he made some very difficult plays at first base and blocked up some good shots with his body. Jose Gutierrez, if I can go to the TCL stats, is having a heck of a season with a wood bat, and I would argue that dude needs to be at a D1 school, and somebody needs if the pros don't sign him. He's just a very advanced hitter in his approach, and is having a great summer. I think Frankie Martinez has been injured a little bit, and Rylan Quinones has gotten hot. And the other thing about Jose Gutierrez has been catching, which has been because we got Augie Ramirez from Texas State, great catcher, super nice guy, and then Victor Jimenez has been hitting the ball hard, and also a heck of a backstop.
I want to shout out Dave Wilson. I think I like him. He's pretty good. I think he's cool that he pitch and plays, on the field, first base. Because I think he was playing first base in one of the games I was there. He made some really cool grabs.
He's when I was talking to Scotty B about Davey Wilson,
he made a lot of cool cool stretches. The ball was kind of stretch out, and he made some really good plays.
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, he
Swiss
pitching
Army
and
knife.
playing in the field.
And
first base is a pretty tough position to play too, because every time the ball's coming first to you.
It's incredibly hard to know where to go because. The one thing, because they're like, we'll put the guy that can hit homers at first because we can't put him anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's actually a crazy hard position to field because you have to make a lot of decisions on what your range is, what can you go for, especially if it's to the second base side, because it's all these other dudes. It's easy, right? Just pick up a ground ball and go to first. I mean, second base shortstop has to know who's covering, but the first baseman always has to do the math on, I have to cover the bag at first because the throw's coming to me. So you have to field and cover the base. So it's incredibly difficult position. And then you have to field while holding the runner on all the time. Dave Wilson I was talking to Scotty B. He's like, dude, guy's a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah. He's also a really nice guy. He's he's not full of himself or nothing.
And guess what? I found out him and Slam and Sammy Diaz are boys.
Oh shit. Okay, cool.
So birds of a feather
Shout
flock
out to both of
together.
them dudes.
Two awesome dudes. So you got Jose Gonzalez. We just got from Texas State. Love his game, and I really like his at bats because he's hit the ball. He's hit the ball well, but he'll almost like so many times full counts, and we probably won that game because he drew a walk in a clutch spot and he scored one of the 3 runs.
Plate discipline should always be preached. Like,
Jose Gonzalez is a heck of a player. David Lopez, you can put him in anywhere. I like David Lopez middle infield game. Preston Delmeyer. We got some really good outfielders with some really good arms. Delmeyer and both Mendoza have good arms, a lot of range. And then I'm just a fan of Raul Lopez. I don't know, it's because just that dude's vibe, just a good dude. He's been trying to get his bat going, but he's got great bat speed and a ton of tools. I think Raul Lopez is going to heat up second half season. And then Warren Laster came with Jimmy De Leon kind of like after opening day from UIW. And those guys from UIW are a reason that you want to go watch Incarnate Word Baseball because those guys are ballers. Those guys can play. But yeah, Laster is actually a great leadoff guy too. So it's just like can run. He can go get in the outfield. I really like his game. On the pitching end, Davey Wilson can do it. MJ, Jonathan Kelly, any pitch and any count. Lalo Salinas has been a revelation. He's like, we have a lot of good, like, long relief. Honestly, a lot of our long relief could probably be starters. You know what I'm saying?
Well, usually relievers are like borderline starters.
Yeah.
Because if you're coming to relief and you're pitching 3 or 4 innings, that's almost as length of a starter. So.
I mean, I'm looking like Vuono's a perfect example because I'm looking at his stuff, and then I looked at his stats at UT Permian Basin. I was like, you got to use that guy more at UTPB, or then he needs to like transfer to like UT or something, dude. The guy could throw.
You think sometimes relievers aren't starting pitchers because of the lack of pitches, like as far as how many they have, or what? What do you think? Why that is?
I don't know. A lot of guys with a lot of good stuff. And I'm biased. Obviously, I'm a huge River Monsters homer fan, but I do think these guys are good ball players. Yeah. Like, these guys are all good ball players.
When we spoke to them, they're very disciplined as far as, like, their baseball knowledge.
Yeah.
And they're not like, oh, I don't know. They're like, they have a straight answer right away. Like, oh, what are you looking to work on? Oh, this and that. They're not like, I don't know. Maybe, like, I want to work on this.
Unbelievable stuff. Evan Maldonado was leading the league in ERA if he still isn't right now, but
Dave Wilson's got a pretty good ERA as well.
Dude, Maldonado, you know who Maldonado reminds me of? Because, I mean, some dudes are like, I mean, Jonathan Kelly's a pretty tall guy. Like, some dudes are just kind of like big-bodied guys. Maldonado is just like an athlete, and he wasn't always like a pitcher.
He's second in the league in ERA right now.
But pitches with a chip on his shoulder, and he works well with runners on base, and he doesn't get rattled. Really good stuff. Jack Lopez.
And Caleb Vono is right in the top 5 of the league. Yeah, he's
Jack Lopez, and shout out to Jack Lopez's dad, Mike Lopez. Could be a better guy and a big supporter of us on social media.
Okay.
But the Lopez family, all class, and Jack Lopez is another one of those two-way guys that can kind of do it all. Really a third baseman. When you ask Jack Lopez, like, dude, like, the sidearm pitching, like, where did that come from? He goes, it was like I was a third baseman, and I was like fielding like a like a little dribbler, and I'm throwing across my body, and the coach was like, good grief, that's a cannon. Let's put you on the hill and see what you can do. And so pretty quickly developed into a nasty right side sidearmer.
Yeah, I remember I said a few games I've been at, I saw him pitch one day. I was like, that's cool. Like, it came out of that fucking arm like a rocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like.
Yuli Tovar has been very good in relief. David Stitch was a new addition, and he's getting his feet under him and doing good. Zachary Carroll, good starts out of him. Pablo Montante, Evan Hendricks had the win the other day, and then he's a hometown boy with really good stuff. And I can't remember, but I think he signed on. I'm not sure Evan Hendricks got his D1 deal. But good stuff from the left side. Trace Sanchez has been very good in relief. Jade Gordon has really good stuff. He had a tough outing the other night. I could tell he was super frustrated, but super nice guy and good stuff for Arkansas Tech. Him and Victor Jimenez, both from Arkansas Tech, but I like Jade Gordon's stuff from the left side. Maybe I'm biased to lefties, but I think he has good stuff. In the inning that got away, there was like an error in there that didn't help him. And when you're a pitcher and you're just trying to get out of a tight spot, you just get labored. But Tanner Quick got to meet his family, super nice dad, and he's been coming back from some rehab stuff. But also, I like his arming, a big tall guy, and Tanner Quick is in University North Carolina, but it's about developing guys, bodies and arms, and getting dudes comfortable. But I like Tanner Quick a lot, and I like his future. Brody Logston kind of fell into the closer role, and he's got like elite velocity and breaking stuff. Which camera are we on?
You were talking, so I put it on you. But
I see.
I was gonna say it sucks that the season's only 2 months, because if it was like a full season, I feel like this team would like win a lot more games.
Summer ball's like that.
Yeah, it's like right when you get into you start connecting and start
and then,
molding well,
yeah.
It's over because
Reed
2
Hensley,
months,
also UAW guy that came over, has been good. Has been good in relief. So it's just like usually for the River Monsters, it's like the one bad inning. But if you got the TCL stats up there, so I just want to see.
I got it pulled up, yeah.
But a lot of good ball players, and a lot of good ball players all throughout the entire league, really.
Yeah.
Like that's good. That's a good collegiate league. So I think we're better. I think we're better than our record says we are. It's just like these one innings where we just like it gets away from us. But all the guys on there, I'm pretty high on everybody on the roster. I have to be honest. So it's been a ton of fun. Mike G and Scotty B are doing some really good things out there. And you know what I think the announcement is, right?
What's that?
They're finally going to be able to sell beer on Saturday night.
I saw that on Twitter, I think it was, or Facebook.
Yeah.
They were like, they had a Stone Cold thing, which was really cool.
Well, for these guys, when you talk to everybody else in the league, it's like you ain't making any money, dude. You might make some money, but like especially like first year, dude, you're just trying to break even.
Because these are
like,
people who's
your
taking
losses.
their own money and putting it into these teams, So they're already in the hole to begin with, just because like it takes a lot. It's cool being part of this because you get to see everything behind the scenes, how it works, like how hard they're working. They get to the ballpark hours and hours, like 12 hours before the game starts, and they're like, it's cool to see them work so hard and put everything together. Like they're setting up the field, they're setting up the booth. It's crazy.
It's amazing.
It's a lot of work.
Davey Wilson's hitting 357, 5 doubles, 6 bibbies. Davey Wilson's right at the top of the league. Let's see who else we got. I thought Jose Gutierrez is higher. He's only hit 271, but 15 RBIs.
Yeah, Dave Wilson's second in the league.
14 base on balls.
Average.
Yeah, I mean, Davey Wilson gets the barrel on the ball. But man, some good ball players out there.
Because at the beginning of the season, they started off like swinging at like everything, but then they settled down. Now their plate discipline is great.
Yeah,
I keep saying plate discipline, but it's really important to me. What makes a good baseball player.
Yeah.
Like you know what to hit and you know what's coming. Like you can read the pitches well instead of just I'm going to swing at everything.
And I'll just say this, like I don't know if any of these dudes are ever going to check this out, but like a handful of guys on media day were like, I like swinging at the first pitch.
Yeah.
And I was personally that way in junior college, but I'm so freaking old that like I would have done my college career
You're pushing 30.
very differently if I understood like the sabermetrics and the card counting, like the black dealer, like
that
how
movie
it goes in
21
your
or something?
favor, the deeper you get in the count. And that's like you can first pitch swing, but I wouldn't do it is a mental approach every at bat. Pick your spots for that. It's like, I think your first pitch swinging on a guy who is around the zone shows he has pretty good control. He hasn't been walking a bunch of people. And then 2, you've noticed like some kind of tendency. Like, I'm pretty sure he's going to throw me this pitch to start me off in this inning. I wouldn't do it if I was leading off an inning. Maybe. But the deeper you get in the count, and yeah, like, well, that's a great philosophy there, Turnstile. Now I'm down 0-2. But there is something to be said for just studying arm slot in the pitches when you are taking. You know, it's like a little bit of a card counting game, like 1-0 misses, and you see the arm slot, you're like, okay, miss with a slider. And sometimes it works in your favor. So as much as it works against you, it does work in your favor. But I think deeper in the count is favoring a lot of our guys. Like Jose Gonzalez, one of those dudes who works a real good count, works a real good at bat, you know. So, but Jose Gutierrez having a great season. Let's see what else we got up in here.
I've noticed they get a lot of walks, you know.
Well, I mean, that's that money ball. That's that money ball stuff. But on base percentage is crazy.
Which I've noticed too is like later. I feel like the later the game goes on, the better they get. Because like you'll notice like a lot of times they're down, and those later innings are coming back. Like
let's see who's leading the league in homers.
What's up?
So Turney.
Next year we're going to be the best team in the league.
Turney is got 3 dingers. Becker, Victoria's got 2. Menard. I want to say Menard and Abear both have gone out of Smokey Joe. Jose Gutierrez has 2 dingers. McDonald for Acadiana. Becker's got 2. And Ochoa for Victoria's got 2.
I think Abar went out when I was there last time.
Yeah, Abear hit
he
one.
He hit a home
run,
yeah.
Tormos. I saw Tormos just signed with somebody. I think he just signed with Incarnate Word. But Abear's hitting 356. Let's see who's leading the league in doubles, because that's like a good tell. So Chestnut from Brazos Valley Bombers has 8 doubles. McDonald has 7. Hutchison, Benjamin Williams, Sanguinetti 5. Brander, Jose Gutierrez got 4. Let's look at RBI numbers.
I want to say mad props to all the people keeping
Jose
track
is
of the
like
stats,
top
too.
of the league in RBIs. Jose has been so clutch for us. So let's do some hit by pitch leaders. Hard. Skyler's been hit a bunch. Skyler's been hit 6 times this year. Skyler's been hit. A.B. Wilson's been plunked 5 times, as has been Ray Mendoza.
How's this DuPont dude been hit 10 times?
That's a lot.
He must crowd the plate.
Let's look at base on balls. Let's see who's getting on base. And see, this is what I'm talking about, working the count. If you look at only Jose has 14 base on balls. As a team, we are not walking enough. Let me look at like team statistics.
I also was looking at strikeouts.
Yeah.
And like our dudes aren't really up there. They're not striking out a whole lot. They're mainly just hitting into ground outs. But
we're not actually Brazos Valley Bombers have the lowest team base on balls. But we're second lowest. I got faith in our guys. We're gonna get hot. But that's Seguin River Monsters update. I don't know what else is going on. Major League Baseball. I can't get with it.
I love it.
It's
shout out to O'Neill Cruz from the Pirates.
Oh yeah, O'Neill Cruz is awesome.
He's a beast, man. He's also got a really strong arm.
He does.
They were doing this little segment the other day showing his arm speed, like how fast he picks it up and slings it,
100 miles to first.
So you could be the fastest dude in the league, but if he gets that ball in his hand, you're not getting on base.
I wish they had that stat when Sean Dunston played with the Cubs, because that dude was throwing 100 miles an hour to first. I wouldn't even want to be the first baseman catching that. It's crazy.
Your hands can burn after
so painful. So Major League Baseball, Manfred says he wants to expand to 32 teams because he's the devil.
Well, I think I don't know where you would put a team. Las Vegas, I would think, would be the next logical choice.
Well, here's what I'm saying on why you don't expand.
Okay.
Like, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm just so upset with Major League Baseball. But here's why you don't expand. As it is right now, you have some Major League organizations that are just straight up not competitive. There just aren't that many, like, aces and, like relievers in the bullpen.
Right.
You know, like, there's just not that many arms in the world that can get out these level of Major League hitters, the Juan Sotos of the world. You know, like, there's just not that much. So every time you expand, you water down the product a little bit more. Okay, 30 is a lot. So just because, like, I understand population-wise, you can have, like, population-wise, yeah, Las Vegas can support Major League Baseball. Other cities can support
too, that's another reason why
gambling. Like, I understand they can support the attendance and probably, like, the TV ratings, but I would argue just pump up your minor leagues. Just put your AAA on a better, like, I don't know, like, you're gonna expand it. These are basically like 4A teams. They're not Major League teams. There's just not enough dudes to do it. So you're killing minor league baseball. You killed the Pioneer League. You're taking all this minor leagues out of it, but you're like, oh, we're going to expand at the major league level. And I mean,
what you're basically saying is the more teams, that means they're just going to have to start grabbing random people to fill those teams.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you're going to have like Rule 5 draft or whatever. You're going to like pull guys off these other teams and build these expansion franchises. And then 10 years, you're going to want to
dudes that normally wouldn't make a roster are now on a roster because the expanded team, right?
Yeah, like a AAA guy is now on the show because there's just not that many dudes.
I know what you're saying.
So,
and I get your point, but I think it's cool to expand. You know, bring baseball to new cities.
I don't know.
But the way baseball is now, baseball is more of a regional sport and not so much a national sport anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see the Mexican leagues expand, you know? Like,
that'd be cool.
It would make sense, like, if the Mexican leagues did, like, what we do with Toronto. So San Antonio has a Mexican league team, and then maybe you could do, like, I don't know, Tucson.
If we get one here, can we call them the Flautas?
Southwest.
The San Antonio Flautas?
The what?
The Flautas.
That would be nice.
I like Flautas.
Nice.
Queso, what's up? But, yeah.
The El Paso Chihuahuas are the Chihuahuas because they did like a naming competition.
Yes,
you see how the city vote on it. So it used to be the Diablos, which was cool.
Houston Diablos?
No, El Paso, the AA back in the old day. Back in the old days. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, but I'm not against like anything Manfred wants to do. I'm instinctually against it. I would say it would be sweet to get a team back in Montreal. Right.
But the same expos, colors, everything.
I think that they would blow it out. Like they build them a new stadium, it'd be awesome. So they'll probably do like Montreal and Las Vegas or something. There's been a lot of talk about Nashville, like Montreal, Nashville. Nashville's a cool town.
Yeah, a lot of riders go there, like music riders and stuff.
I don't know. Maybe. I just don't like
Nashville
Manfred.
Doesn't just seem like
just don't like Manfred.
He's okay.
All right. Well, I don't know how long we've been going on for. Hey, can you see on your little stream how long we've been babbling on for? We don't have any music to review. I can talk about tech
I
files.
made a playlist, but I don't know if it'll play.
Oh, well, I don't think it will play actually the way we do OBS. The other thing I'll say is I didn't shoot it. I was like in a short film the other day.
Oh shit!
I want to thank Northwest Vista Community College because that's how I met Alex. Aboleth, if you're like on Spotify, that's his music. Aboleth is pretty cool. But he had this idea for this kind of like I guess it's a horror. It's like a short film horror. It's kind of cool. It's like this guy was going mad. You know, he's like losing his mind about this like monolith.
Was that you?
No.
That'd fit you perfectly.
I had so this is how the short film goes.
Let me see if I pull it up on my phone, if it shows how long we've been going for.
I don't know. I could probably see on YouTube.
5 days. Let me go for 5 days.
I don't even know. But See if it's on Restream. So here's
well.
the short film. So that's what it was. And he's like, "Hey, dude, you want to be a fisherman in this film?" I was like, "Hell yeah, dude!"
That'd be sick. A fisherman.
It's like anybody who's like, what's the long term for 3BGB? I think it's just like film shorts, comedy shorts, and then we
Yeah.
like.
A production house.
Well, no, I think we'll do production. I think we'll still call baseball games and support the River Monsters because I really like Mike G and Scotty Beach. Just because that's 2 months out of the year. And you got 10 months out of the year where you can make, we'll cut a podcast now and then because we can hook stuff up and it's fun to talk about what's going on in our lives. But I just don't think we're ever going to take down the Joe Rogans of the world, But I do think you can make short films, submit those to film festivals that are funny about baseball. And like, it doesn't necessarily even have to be baseball related, just like make film, do our little Dutch Chattahoochee interview, stuff like that. Get that
You
up.
can see what I'm about.
Yeah, and learn because like the black magic, there's like film technicals, like
Look
the
at it right now.
technicals on coloring, the technicals on like lighting, and all the stuff that goes into filmmaking is really fun and fascinating. So I think we'll do stuff like that, and then ultimately because Teddy and Liam and there's like a third kid on the way. I mean, I can only go to Venezuela and like South Africa so much with Mr. Nakatomi. I got to be at home, so we got to cut the pilot.
But you're still going to go to Japan Fest, right?
I don't know, whatever Nakatomi's got me doing, but I think the best family oriented schedule is filming a series. So you have like your 14 episodes for season 1 or whatever. You film those. And you have like your summer break or whatever, and then you come back next year and film more. So it's just like a weekly. You have like the writers meeting, you do the writing, and then you do like this location scout. You get it all dialed, and then you have like 2 or 3 shoot days, and then you cut the episode, edit, ship it out, and then that's it. But like we're light years away from that on production level.
Yeah.
I will say Danny Kohutek and a lot of the guys at Alamo City Studios really can make some pro stuff. So I think that's why you start with like short films, right? You start with short films because then like a short film is like basically a single episode of what would be a series. It doesn't have to be related, but that's how you would produce it,
Yeah.
So you'd script it, do your shot list. But the short film was brutal. It was like 105 degrees that day and the entire thing was outside. So I was like outside from like we were like outside 10 in the morning until like 1 o'clock at night at Choke Canyon Reservoir, like way down, like an hour and a half away. We shot at like a rest stop and we shot like some on the side of the road, but brutal heat. I'll say this. I was anti-union.
Mm-hmm.
I was like SAG-AFTRA, all these like union actor stuff. Like, whatever, dude. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to work with you because there's too many headaches involved in the SAG-AFTRA contracts. After that shoot, it was so brutal. I was like, I understand why they have these union protections where you have breaks. It was a tough one.
You need breaks, man. Especially if you're
But it
doing
was
acting.
awesome. And I got to meet a lot of cool dudes.
Right.
Everybody on that shoot was really cool. And I got to see how they had their black magic because they had that camera set up. I got to see how they did sound. And I learned a ton of stuff. So it was a super awesome
One day I'll be able to
experience.
tag along a lot more than I do.
Yeah. But anyway.
I'm always stuck doing some kind of work.
And then, just like start playing golf with Nakatomi again, man. Because he's starting to just chop heads off his
I offered him to
corporation.
play cornhole, but he's like, I don't like cornhole. So, okay.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Shout out to our families and friends and everybody who's making Longest Home Run Project happen, man.
Ethel
Dutch
down there at
Chattahoochee,
the-
free
at
Dutch.
the-
That's why I said free Dutch because you were like incarcerated unrightfully in Nebraska for unsanctioned fighting.
So that's why I disappear for. I'm not always at the game because I'm always in Nebraska working. So, what up?
Well, you're a legend, buddy. So, gonna go up to Colorado and jack some dingers.
We're gonna. It'd be cool to document that trip too. Do like a little documentary of that trip.
Yeah, well, I talked to Danny, who helped shoot the promo.
Yeah,
He's gonna come.
sweet. Film a bunch of stuff.
So he's going to be way better at filming than we are. So we'll have a lot of dailies we can make a documentary with.
I think that was one of the things I wanted to do too, like a documentary of this whole thing. You know,
But
there's tons of cameras we have, so there's no reason not to have footage. You know,
if you can figure out how to get this into Spotify, then
well, you can download the file, right, and then upload it, or if you can save it in OBS, like you can record it in OBS. So I don't know if you've been doing that, but
I don't know how to do.
there's a way to download this, and then
Well, we can record it in OBS, but I'm not recording it in OBS. But YouTube has it forever.
yeah. Well,
has it
yeah,
forever.
it's up there. Either way, it's a live stream. Like I said, since we're doing it on YouTube, if we didn't do it on YouTube, we could record the video, live thing, and then put it in the what do you call it? Spotify.
Before we wrap, you know what else I thought of?
Spotify. What? What's that?
There will be no World Series winner this year.
Why you say that?
It's the American League Championship Series. There's no more National League. You get it?
I get it.
I mean, there just isn't a
University
National League
age.
anymore. It's all an American League. So really, whoever wins
Which is fucking. It still bums me out.
is the American League champion, but there's no more. There's just not a World Series anymore. It's just another playoff for the American League. It's gone. National League is gone.
And Cody Bellinger is even fallen even deeper into this hole that he's fallen into.
What's he hitting?
I don't know.
I always see
It's not
people
good.
begging on Gallo. Everybody's begging on Joey Gallo these days.
I think Bellinger still has a spot just because what he did years ago and his name, because he's not playing good.
Well, so many guys are hitting around 200 now.
Well, what didn't make
acceptable.
sense is when he got hurt,
Yeah.
and, in the offseason, he decided for some reason to change his swing. But I was like, you were doing well. Like, why would you do that? And then ever since then, people seen he sucks.
Yeah.
And we have his picture hanging up on the wall there because at one point he was a stud.
I don't know if that's tongue in cheek or just that picture stands for the rise and fall of anybody's baseball career. You can be hot 1 minute and then next minute you can't
But
find it.
like I said, he was a good player.
He was a good player.
I am curious what he's hitting this year. I know it's not good. Let's find out.
Well, you know who I love is Jock Peterson. Jock Peterson, 2022 hitting stats. He was the top of the league. He's leading the league in, I guess they do it by OPS now. Yordan Alvarez has the highest OPS, it looks like. Paul Goldschmidt's still doing it, man. Goldschmidt is like a bodybuilder. Trout, Judge, Harper's having an MVP year. Rafael Devers, MVP year.
So right now, Cody
Soto?
Bellinger this year is hitting 209. Pretty bad. 209.
Yeah.
That's like right at the Mendoza line.
So he's leading the league in dingers.
Dingers.
Judge, Yordan.
Aaron Judge.
Trout's got 23. Alonso. Rizzo's got 21.
Did you see that fight between the Mariners and the Angels?
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. So, it all started, I think, that Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday it just rolled over because they kept throwing at each other's players, and then Sunday, one guy from Seattle was like, nah, dude, we're done. There's no point in this. And then they started going at it.
Machado's having himself a good year.
Manny Machado.
Manny
Oh,
Machado.
Padres.
Yeah. Who's slugging the most? It's got to be Goldschmidt, right? Yordan, Trout.
What they call him, Goldie?
Well, Jazz Chisholm.
That's my dude right there.
Jazz Chisholm's a good ball player.
Yeah.
I
For
like
the
me some
Marlins?
Jazz Chisholm.
I mean, he ain't one of my favorites is, like I said, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Cruz,
It's
I
1
love-
o'clock in the afternoon. This is
Do
how
what?
long we've been doing it? It's 1 o'clock right now?
Yeah.
God, dude.
We got a little later start than normal because,
Tech.
you had your thing to do.
Tech. You know what I realized on tech videos?
What's that?
I got to wrap it because I'm just bullshit now. But I was like, we'll show people exactly how we set up to live stream for the River Monsters games.
I'm gonna lean
If
back
we
now.
ever figure out how to get sound stop dropping. But it's just like here. It's like you could set up the exact same thing, and tomorrow it won't work. It'll be different. So even if you got, cause sometimes it's like, I want to see the YouTube video where the dude has the exact same gear I got. He's got a Zoom L8.
Yeah.
He's got an ATEM Mini. He's got this laptop, and he's using this software. And how does he set it up? Like that video, you'd never find. You never find anybody with the same setup as you ever. Doesn't exist. But even if you did, and they said set this up like this with this setting, set this up like this with this setting, use this kind of cable, and showed you exactly how to do it, and you recreated their exact system as per the tutorial, it would still not work like theirs works.
Absolutely not. Like I have OBS at home, right? And I downloaded, so it was my Nikon camera. I downloaded the driver, right? I downloaded OBS. And they're like, all you do is plug in your camera with this cable, and then it'll read your camera's drive, and you can live stream. I did everything it said. It didn't work. And I don't know. So.
All right, here's the last one. I'm going to get my one cuss word in here. I'm going to get my F-bomb in.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay,
this is not
buddy.
It's not a family show. This is about like existentialism on planet Earth. It's like I don't know what life is about, but Blackmagic has the physical hardware that you purchase.
Right.
Then they have a software download which you can get on your laptop. And inside that software, you can come over to the hardware and like control it. Like, is it because like you see it just mic on and off?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if this hardware sees that it's a mono signal or a stereo signal, or if that's why my sound is dropping. But I have the software now downloaded, but it does not recognize that the hardware is plugged in. It simply does not do it. So then you watch like 10 videos trying to figure out how to troubleshoot that. Try a million different settings, does not work. And then here's what I do. Blackmagic has a support hotline. There you go. Just call you guys. I called. On hold. You're the 7th caller. You're the 6th caller. You're the 5th caller. You're the 4th caller. You're the 3rd caller.
It's coming.
You're the 2nd caller. For about 45 minutes, and guess what happened on the 2nd caller?
What's that?
Click.
Oh,
just
shit.
fucking hung up.
So now I had to get back in line.
I didn't get back in line. I'm not doing that. It's like that's what your call center does. They just let you get up there. I was like, as we were all moving up, it was just everybody getting hung up on. It was just that's probably what it was. They're not helping anybody.
They're all
Blackmagic.
stoked, like, yes, I'm number 2.
They know it doesn't work, so they're just like, once you get up to the front, we just hang up on you. So my one cuss word, or maybe second cuss word for this one, is Blackmagic. Your customer support. Fuck you, very much.
I like that right there.
I mean,
Subtle, but to the point. Sort of.
the ATEM Mini works awesome, but and then every video I watched was a dude who had the ATEM Mini and he plugged it in. He's like, Blackmagic makes it so easy, just recognizes your stuff, and then you start like.
It always says that.
Everybody.
Makes it easy.
It was just recognizing it for everybody. Everybody's worked. So like that's not a helpful video.
No.
All right. Well, that's tech frustration. If you spend like 6 hours on that and then you get to the point where you're ready to call the sports center and you get hung up on, I think I'm allowed an F-bomb. I think you are. You deserve that F-bomb. You've earned it, buddy. You've earned it. So, I mean, it makes it not family friendly, but my comedy is never going to be. I mean, it's not even funny. It's not funny comedy, but it's like the content I'm making is just not family friendly.
I'm over here cracking to myself just thinking of stupid shit. But
It's unbelievable.
it's unfortunate because a podcast like this, you know what we deserve to go do? Have a bag of Butterfinger BBs, but they don't make those anymore.
They don't make Butterfinger.
So we can't celebrate with a bag of Butterfinger BBs. I'm kind of disappointed, but
I know one sketch that I'm writing in my head is like a spoof on a cooking show.
Okay. Oh yeah, you mentioned this to me before.
Yeah, like
That's
a
right.
cooking show. But then somehow I'm going to work into it a Nutter Butter, like a Nutter Butter cookie, because I
love a
just
nice
think that's
Nutter Butter.
hilarious. Everybody loves a good Nutter Butter,
So
but it's just funny to say.
say
Nutter Butter.
I just thought of something, right? Say you go for a job interview,
Yeah.
and like, hey, Mr. Turnstile, tell me about yourself. And you just get all calm, like, I love a nice Nutter Butter.
Everybody loves a nice Nutter Butter.
They're like, okay, what else? I love the Nutter Butters.
But all right, well, man, thanks for coming in today, Dutch.
Yes, sir.
It's awesome when I get you. I know it's probably frustrating for you because you're on this journey with me, but like you're working your ass off. So, like, you shouldn't be punished for working so hard.
That's the unfortunate side effect of having a wild job, or roaming Nebraska all the time.
You're just working hard, buddy. So, I don't know. That's the River Monsters. Nakatomi, love you, Mr. Nakatomi. Appreciate all the support. He's going to be out at the Longest Home Run Project. Big thanks to City of Victor, Kim Lodig, Will Taylor, Baseball Bat Bros, absolutely making a very cool event happen. And then, Mike G, Scotty B, all the River Monsters. Just give me access. Being able to talk to these college players is a thrill for me.
Shout out to Boss's Pizza, because that pizza's so good.
Oh, dude, we got Pasta's Pizza, Chicken Express.
I took it home that night.
Yep.
My wife had some with
Jimmy
me.
John's.
She's like, it's good.
Daniel Pest Control's been an awesome
Right.
sponsor.
I haven't seen a single bug out there since I've been there.
It's awesome. So it's been very, very fun summer, very busy summer, very crazy summer. Much love to my family, my wife, and all my friends and family, and Dutch Chattahoochee for helping me live baseball dreams, man. That's what it's about.
One
Just
day
have
this
fun.
will be the only job I have.
Just have fun. Yeah, man. We'll just keep grinding. So
Because at that point, it won't be a job anymore. It'll be a...
to anybody that actually made it this far in the podcast, thank you. We love anybody who's helping us on our way.
Shout out to Monster Energy for...
Before you have 10 followers, you got to have one.
right.
Before you have 20 followers, you got to have 10. So that's where we're just starting out, bud.
Hey,
Optimism.
we have like 30 subscribers on our YouTube. So
There you go, man.
start. We
Starting
start out
somewhere.
each week. I
I think the
get, like,
River
one.
Monsters helped a ton.
Yes, sir.
Like get exposure, get some people looking at us. So we're just keep
Like,
building content.
Who are these geniuses?
I don't know. Like we're just gonna get better, right?
Yeah.
We'll get better.
That's all you can do.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Dutch. Till next time, I'm gonna stop the stream. We appreciate y'all.
Adios.
Out we go.